This first story is based on a true story. It started at about dinner time when my boyfriend and I were cleaning up and getting ready to have people over. We kept losing things and finding them right back in the same place a few minutes later. We thought we were just imagining it, but it kept happening over and over. It seemed like every time we needed something, it would disappear. After finally getting everything cleaned, my friend Carson arrived. He, my boyfriend, and I were sitting there watching TV, talking about nothing in particular when my boyfriend said something, and an unknown man's voice said, "Right," in return. The three of us were so confused. We looked everywhere to see if our roommates had come home, but no one was there. We told them about it later, and they told us that they had been hearing the same thing since the night of the eclipse. A while later, I went to the bathroom and I heard a loud cough behind my ear as I was washing my hands. All the hair on my neck stood up and I ran out of there. No one that was there believed me until the rest of our guests showed up. I was drinking after that, and so was everyone else except for the two designated drivers. One got there before the other, and they both said they heard a cough when they were in the bathroom. They didn't know I had heard it or that each other had either, so it's not hard to tell why everyone believed me after that. Nothing happened to me the rest of the night, but in the morning when I was sobered up as well as everyone else, I heard the cough again. Nothing has happened since though. I am getting worried about holidays and whatnot because it seems that's the only time anything really happens around here. A married couple had been fighting a lot and were very aggressive with each other, and it looked like they were going to get divorced. However, the wife discovered she was pregnant, and for the sake of the baby, they decided to give the marriage another try. The boy was born, and the family had a short period of tranquility, but before long, the old hostilities resurfaced, and the father and mother were fighting all the time. One night, when the boy was about 5 years old and they had put him to bed, the couple got into an enormous row, and in a fit of rage, the father put his hands around the wife's necks and choked the life out of her. When he eventually realized what he had done, he began to panic. He knew he had to get rid of the body. He bundled the body into the boot of his car, and as dawn was breaking, he drove out town to a swamp. He took the body from the car, but rigor mortis had already started to set in and affect the body. It was difficult to carry her, so he had to sling her across his back, carrying the corpse, pretty much giving her a piggyback ride. He dumped the body into the swamp, where he let go and watched her body slowly sink into the muddy swamp. The man went home and cleaned up and got in the shower, but he couldn't get rid of the foul stench of the swamp that made him sick to his stomach. No matter how hard he scrubbed or how much he showered, it followed him wherever he went. As the days passed, the boy became anxious for his mother and asked all kinds of questions. The father had told him that his mother had gone to stay with relatives. One day the man noticed his son was looking at him in a strange way. The smell was as strong as ever. Every time he approached his son, he recoiled in horror. He wouldn't let him touch him. Eventually he walked into his child's room as he was lying on the floor. "Son, is there something you want to say to me?" "Yes, father." "Is it about your mother?" "Yes." "What is it?" "Why is Mama's face so pale?" "What do you mean?" "And why have you been giving her a piggyback all day?" Two young brothers were at home alone as the parents had gone to visit their neighbors for a while. "Be good," they said. So to keep themselves occupied, the boys decided to play a game of hide and seek. The older boy turned his head to the wall and began to count. He could hear his little bird's feet as he scampered about looking for a place to hide. "Ready or not, I'm coming," cried the older brother, and off he went looking for his brother. He looked in all the usual places, behind the sofa, in the bath, behind the curtains, under the bed, but he couldn't find him. The apartment was eerily silent. Then he heard a scraping sound come from the wardrobe. The boy was sure he'd already looked there, but anyway he went and called out, "Come out, I found you." But there was only silence. Again he called for his brother to come out, and again nothing. Opening the door, the boy tries to peer behind the wall of dresses coats hanging there. He bends down but doesn't see any feet standing there. Then as he outs his hand through the coats, a small, white, icy cold hand comes out and grabs his wrist, trying to pull him into the closet. Trying to pull himself free, he hears a noise behind him and turns around only to see his brother behind him. "Couldn't you find me?" asked the boy. The older brother screams in fright and desperately tries to free himself from the grip of the hand, all while being pulled into the wardrobe. Younger brother grabs him, and together they manage to pull him free. They both run screaming from the apartment. Nobody knows what would have happened if the hand had managed to pull them in.